As I sit here and reflect on the life of one of the greatest minds to ever walk this earth, I can't help but feel a sense of wonder and curiosity about what Albert Einstein intended to do before he passed away. You know, it's fascinating to think about how someone who revolutionized our understanding of physics and the universe had his own hopes and dreams, just like the rest of us. He wasn't just a genius. He was a human being with aspirations, fears, and a vision for what he wanted to accomplish in his final years. Let's take a moment to dive into the mind of Einstein, not just as a scientist, but as a thinker, a philosopher, and a man who grappled with the implications of his own discoveries. By the time he reached the later stages of his life, Einstein was already a household name. He had transformed the world with his theories of relativity, and yet he was still on a quest for deeper understanding. He once said, "I have no special talent. I am only passionately curious." That curiosity didn't wane as he aged. If anything, it intensified. In his later years, Einstein was deeply concerned with the state of the world. The aftermath of World War II weighed heavily on him. He saw the destructive power of the atomic bomb, a creation that bore his name in some ways, and it haunted him. He had signed a letter to President Roosevelt urging the development of atomic weapons as a deterrent against Nazi Germany. But after the war, he became an outspoken advocate for peace, using his platform to warn against the dangers of nuclear proliferation. So it's no surprise that one of his intentions was to continue advocating for peace and disarmament. He wanted to see a world where humanity could coexist without the threat of annihilation hanging over our heads. Imagine the passion with which he must have spoken about these issues. Here was a man who had unlocked some of the universe's greatest secrets, yet he found himself grappling with the moral implications of those secrets. He recognized that knowledge could be a double-edged sword, and he wanted to ensure that the sword was used for good. In his heart, he believed in the potential of humanity to rise above its baser instincts. He once said, "Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding." That was a mantra for him, a guiding principle as he navigated the complexities of the post-war world. But Einstein's intentions didn't stop at peace advocacy. He was also deeply interested in the pursuit of a unified field theory. For those unfamiliar, a unified field theory is an attempt to bring together the fundamental forces of nature into a single framework. Einstein spent the latter part of his life working on this theory, believing that it could explain everything from gravity to electromagnetism in one elegant equation. He saw it as the ultimate quest of his scientific career, a way to tie together the threads of the universe. Can you imagine the late-night sessions he must have spent, scribbling equations on scraps of paper, lost in thought? The excitement of the hunt for knowledge must have been palpable. He was not just chasing accolades. He was chasing truth. It's relatable, isn't it? We all have our own pursuits, whether it's in our careers, hobbies, or personal lives. Einstein's journey reminds us that the quest for understanding is a universal experience, one that transcends time and discipline. As he delved deeper into the mysteries of the universe, Einstein also sought to connect with other great minds of his time. He valued collaboration and believed that the exchange of ideas was vital to progress. He had friendships with other prominent scientists, like Niels Bohr and Max Planck, and their discussions often revolved around the philosophical implications of their work. Einstein was not just interested in the how of science. He was equally concerned with the why. This philosophical bent added layers to his scientific inquiries and made his work all the more profound. Imagine sitting in a room with Einstein, discussing the nature of reality, the fabric of space-time, and the interconnectedness of all things. It's an engaging thought, isn't it? He had this incredible ability to make complex concepts accessible, to distill the essence of his ideas into something relatable. He once said, "If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough." That's a lesson we can all take to heart, especially in our own pursuits. Whether we're trying to explain a project at work or share a passion with a friend, clarity is key. In addition to his scientific ambitions, Einstein also had personal aspirations. He was a family man at heart, and his relationships with his children and grandchildren were incredibly important to him. He wanted to impart his wisdom and love to them, to share the beauty of the world through his eyes. He once expressed regret over the time he spent away from his family due to his work. It's a sentiment that resonates with many of us today, as we strive to balance our professional ambitions with our personal lives. In his last years, Einstein also sought to embrace the beauty of life itself. He had a love for music, particularly the violin, and often found solace in playing. Music was a refuge for him, a way to express emotions that words sometimes couldn't capture. He once said, "Life without playing music is inconceivable for me." This passion for music reflects a deeper truth about the human experience, the importance of creativity and expression in our lives. It's a reminder that our pursuits should not be solely about achievement, but also about finding joy and fulfillment in the process. As Einstein faced the twilight of his life, he also contemplated the legacy he would leave behind. He was acutely aware of the impact of his work on future generations. He wanted to inspire young minds, to ignite the spark of curiosity in them, just as it had been ignited in him. He believed that education was a powerful tool for change, and that by nurturing the next generation of thinkers, he could contribute to a better world. This desire to inspire is something we can all relate to, whether it's mentoring someone at work, teaching a child, or simply sharing our passions with friends. There's a sense of fulfillment that comes from passing on knowledge and encouraging others to pursue their dreams. Einstein's commitment to education and inspiration is a legacy that continues to resonate today. As we reflect on what Einstein intended to do before he died, it becomes clear that his aspirations were multifaceted. He wanted to advocate for peace, pursue scientific understanding, nurture his relationships, embrace creativity, and inspire the next generation. These intentions paint a picture of a man who was not only a brilliant scientist, but also a compassionate human being. In his final years, Einstein's health began to decline, but his mind remained sharp. He continued to engage with the world around him, writing letters, giving lectures, and participating in discussions about science, philosophy, and politics. He understood that time was limited, and he wanted to make the most of it. He often spoke about the importance of living in the moment, of appreciating the beauty of life as it unfolded. This perspective is something we can all take to heart. In our fast-paced lives, it's easy to get caught up in the hustle and bustle, to forget to pause and appreciate the little things. Einstein's reminder to live fully and intentionally is a valuable lesson for us all. As we approach the end of this exploration into Einstein's intentions, it's important to recognize the impact he has had on our understanding of the universe and our place within it. His legacy is not just in the equations he formulated or the theories he proposed, it's in the spirit of inquiry and curiosity that he embodied. In a world that often feels divided and chaotic, Einstein's vision for peace, understanding, and collaboration is more relevant than ever. His life serves as a testament to the power of knowledge and the importance of using that knowledge for the greater good. So, what did Einstein intend to do before he died? He intended to continue his quest for understanding, to advocate for peace, to inspire others, and to embrace the beauty of life. His journey reminds us that no matter how great our achievements, it's the connections we make and the impact we have on others that truly define our legacy. As we carry his spirit forward, let's remember to be passionately curious, to seek understanding, and to strive for a world where knowledge is used to uplift humanity. After all, that's what Einstein would have wanted.